All right, folks, listen, we've got a few minutes left, so it is time to throw it open to you guys who are watching us live in the live chat board. Fire in your question format by putting question and then ask the question. Chris Lee is the gatekeeper of all things questions on the chat board, so Chris Lee's picking out some questions. Chris Lee, what have you selected for us?
I love when you call me the gatekeeper.
You are, girl.
David Hutchison wants to know, what do you guys think about Henry Cavill as James Bond with Nolan as the director? Or which director would you guys choose?
Henry Cavill was up to be James Bond. If I'm not mistaken, he was the runner-up to Daniel Craig to be the new James Bond. So remember, Cavill's been recognized in the Hollywood casting circles and in the inner circles in Hollywood as a massive talent for a very long time before Man of Steel. So I could totally see Cavill as a James Bond, and so could Hollywood apparently. Christopher Nolan, I don't know that Nolan's style. I love Christopher Nolan. I don't know that Nolan's style is a James Bond style. Do you guys have anything to add to that, or?
I love Nolan, and I think he would bring something interesting to it. But I really love what Sam Mendes has done, and I'm really glad that Craig and him are embarking on one more Bond film together.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Henry Cavill, yeah, he's suave, he's debonair, he's got all of those characteristics. So yeah, I mean, I could see it, but I'm excited for more sci-fi explorations with Nolan personally.
Right.
Now that he's in The Man from U.N.C.L.E., I would say less so as James Bond.
Yeah, less is the chance.
I don't want to. That's my thing. Is I don't want to see the same actor play a bunch of super spies in a row. It just and I felt that way about Chris Pine in Jack Ryan.
Right.
I just feel like he's like a Starfleet dude on Earth. I mean, I know that's not even right, but it's like my mind felt that way. I was like, I don't want to see him in that role.
All right.
So, and Christopher Nolan, I'd rather him do his own original stories. I mean, the guy's talented. Writer, director, he makes a world happen. So it's fun to see him be able to see his own visions come to life. And I don't necessarily, he likes James Bond. Maybe he should do his own version of a super spy, you know?
All right, let's get a few more in there.
Ian Calangi wants to know, how is it possible for Sith to come back in Star Wars Episode VII if Anakin Skywalker, the chosen one, destroyed the Sith and brought balance to the Force?
Remember, they thought the Sith was destroyed before, too. Remember, when you get into the Phantom Menace, they thought the Sith had already been destroyed for thousands of years, and yet they were still around. No matter what you do, there's always two, a master and an apprentice, and that's a little bit of Star Wars lore for you guys. all the ladies watching just got a little bit turned on.
Right.
So I don't know, do you guys see that as a problem?
There's so many midi-chlorians floating around. You either go with the Jedis or that midi-chlorian gets turned into a Sith, and there can be thousands of Sith possibilities, but the one master will take on apprentice. But sometimes there could be two masters then you have two apprentices, or the master has an apprentice and then his side apprentice just in case that apprentice doesn't work out, which they've done already.
They've done that in the Star Wars universe.
So that's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
All right, let's do a few more.
You can't not have Sith in it.
Right.
Niller Lorentsen wants to know if we think that X-Men Days of Future Past will be too overcrowded. Do you think they'll fix some of the running errors, like Professor X walking in The Last Stand and X-Men Origins the Wolverine?
We've addressed the overcrowded thing. No, every movie has 50 characters. Just some are very big and some are very small. So, and X-Men treats their characters no differently. So no, the movie is not overcrowded whatsoever. If they try to make big stories out of all those characters, yes, it becomes crowded, but they're not going to do that. They never have. What was the second part of the question?
If they'll
fix continuity issues, I think they're just going to ignore them. I think Bryan Singer said they're going to address a couple, but I think for the most part, the X-Men films has always just had a really big inconsistency with their continuity and just gone, but you guys will let us go with that. And they don't bother with it, and I don't think they will now. Any other thoughts?
Yeah, on the ensemble thing, that's X-Men. I mean, all of these characters that form this incredible troupe of these, no, it's not overcrowded. And I'm really excited to see what they take. And they just cut out Rogue, so obviously they have plenty of room.
Right.
But
more room for Toad.
Yeah, more room for Toad. More room for Toad. But yeah, I think there will be a couple holes. I mean, they do take liberties, and they're playing with time travel, so right there, they're allowed to take certain liberties. But yeah, I think they'll address that, because that is a really big thing, Professor X walking.
Right.
But I don't think they'll address everything. But
well, I heard they do a time travel thing. Toad becomes a taxi driver. He's like staring in the mirror like, you looking at me? You looking at me? That's a backstory that I think they might have cut.
I think there's something very deep there.
It could be on the Blu-ray.
All right, let's do three more really quick rapid fire.
Kension Sun wants to know if we'll see an Aquaman film in the next 5 years.
No. No, they've got Man of Steel 2, they got Justice League they want to do, I know they want to do Wonder Woman, they got to get their Batman going. DC is not known for getting one movie out every 11 months or every 10 months, so no, it's not going to happen in the next 5 years.
James Cameron already directed it with Vinny Chase.
Right,
So,
I love that version.
yeah, it was awesome.
Yep.
All right.
Isaac Ruthen wants to know if we think we'll see Edward Norton returning to any leading roles again.
Oh yeah, he's too good of an actor to not. It's going to be finding the right role. I mean, he kills it whenever he's on screen, leading or supporting. It's going to happen. Somebody's going to bring him in for a leading role.
And Wes Anderson has helped kind of breathe life again
Yeah.
into
Yes,
his
most
career, and
definitely.
I'm really looking forward to seeing the Grand Budapest Hotel.
Yeah.
He's in that as well.
Yeah, he was great in that Wes Anderson. What was it?
So, Moonrise Kingdom.
Yeah, love that movie.
Me too.
He was great in that.
Reuben Cruz wants to know if we think people would enjoy character changes in live-action DC films if the film makes it known that it's a parallel Earth like the way DC cartoons films get away with a lot more character changes.
No, I'll give up. Throw any DVDs I had out the window. I will give up on it. I will stand and pee on the sidewalk in front of the studio. No, do not do this alternate Earth crap. That's fine in the comics. It's fine in the cartoons. Don't start doing all this multiverse, Earth 1, Earth 2, Earth 75, Earth 93, because then there's no rules. It's dumb. It's stupid. I would completely give up on it. Don't do this alternate Earth crap.
Society of America with Wildcat? Earth 11.
Earth 11, yeah.
I have heard that Earth 11's lovely this time of year, but I agree.
All right, let's do one more, just because I want to end on one that makes me happy.
I don't know if this one's going to make you happy, but
All right, let's do one more
NerdHerdReviews
anyway.
wants to know what our thoughts are on the comedy The Happening, Shamhammer.
The comedy.
The comedy. It's
Nicely played.
It's non-stop laughs from beginning. I kid you not. Our good friend who's on the 24-hour marathon with us, Johnny Green, Soul Video. It is one of his favorite movies to watch, but specifically because it's so bad.
He has interesting taste, though.
He really does, but it is one of his favorite movies to watch. It is one of the worst movies ever.
I
Even
still have not
Marky
seen
Mark.
it. I have not seen
Really?
it. Yeah, I haven't seen the last 3 Shamhammer movies.
That's good.
Maybe I'll just do that as my trilogy before I slice my throat. Just like.
You know, somebody sent me, I think it was a Maclean's magazine cover, tweeted this to me yesterday. It's an old Maclean's with Shamhammer on the cover saying, "The next Spielberg."
No.
And oh, yes, it's an old cover. It's an old cover.
Wow.
But
Even
yeah.
Marky Mark says he regrets making that
Oh, yeah.
movie, if that tells you anything.
If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to AMC Movie News on YouTube. It's free and a great way to stay updated with all the latest movie news and check out our daily show, AMC Movie Talk. Also, don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Twitter to stay in the loop for our special prizes, giveaways, and contests.